Alright guys, today we are going through all of these cool guns because these cool guns have a purpose, and since we had this cool wall now, this is from Holdup Displays. They make this solid aluminum slat walls and a bunch of cool hooks so you can hang everything that you want on your wall. Figured it was a cool way to show them all at once. After I won Top Shot like 13 years ago or so, everybody wanted to come to the summer camp that I was helping run and still do help run, but I knew they wanted kind of a gun theme. And so what we did is started a youth marksmanship camp, which is kind of a Top Shot themed camp for kids. We start at age 9 and go up from there, and we shoot all these cool guns. We start even on the primitive side. We'll start with archery and blowguns and do tomahawks and knives and stars and pellet rifles and everything else. We go down the zip line at night with paintball guns. We'll pull out thermal and night vision with airsoft guns and give them a grand old time. And of course, a full day at the range with all these cool guns. So we're going to go over and just list them, show you how we use them. But first, we got to thank our sponsor, and that is Ammo Squared. Now, everybody needs a really good Liberty stash is what I call it, and Ammo Squared makes it super easy for you to grow your Liberty stash. When you sign up, you pick the caliber, and you can pick the type of ammo you want. You want match grade, you want range, you want hunting ammo, select a budget. So it's like, hey, I want 50% of this budget to go to 22 ammo, and I want the rest in 9mm, and give me 10% of 300 blackout. And then select a shipping trigger. They will store it for you in their climate-controlled warehouse until you need it. Say you're going shooting that weekend, you're like, hey, give me 1,000 rounds of this stuff, and if it's over $250, it ships for free in 1 to 2 days. So it's a pretty neat program. They've been around since 2015, so you know you can trust them as well. So get your Liberty stash squared away with Ammo Squared. We'll have a link over in my bio. Now let's talk about the marksman guns. Now for the really smaller guys, we're going to have them start with a Savage Rascal. Now the Rascals do not come with this custom Boyd stock that is set up from Boyd's, but it makes it really slick. We did have ours threaded. It's not easy to do because of the small taper. You have to find a good gunsmith, but of course we suppress almost everything. It changed the entire dynamic at camp once we suppressed our guns, because before everybody's yelling over earmuffs, but then once we suppress the rifles, everybody's whispering now because it's kind of like golf. You're being really respectful to the ones on the line, and they're focusing, and so everybody just starts whispering. So it's kind of funny how that worked out, but it also makes kids a better shot because of the psychological effect of firing a gun, the anticipation of the shot, and then of course the punishing boom. It's intimidating. But when you put a suppressor on a subsonic 22, now it's just like a pellet gun. In fact, it's smoother shooting and quieter than most pellet guns. And so that has made camp, jump a hurdle over that intimidation factor and jump straight into just a good training. But when it's not a small-sized kid, we have the Savage Mark 1s. And same thing, it's a single shot, you got a safety, and of course the Savage Accu trigger in there, and we have threaded these as well. This suppressor, we have several of these. These are the Bowers USS-22s. I love using them because Bowers is awesome and they're made for hard use. Now, putting them on a single shot doesn't sound like hard use until you relentlessly shoot thousands of rounds through them per year without cleaning them. Now, the USS is user serviceable, but Bowers is an awesome company, and you give them $20 to cover the shipping cost. When you overshoot your suppressor and it's just full of lead, they'll just re-core it for you and repair it. I know of no other suppressor company that will do that and stand by their warranty like that. The sights on these Savages are just meh, and they even kind of get loose, but it's still a great place to start for the just basic marksmanship, getting them on paper and seeing how good they can shoot at first with a raw rifle. Now jumping on over to something more fun and more interesting is the Tippmann M4-22. We've gone through 2 types of ARs so far. First, we started with this Smith-Wesson M&P15-22. It was good at first. We broke firing pins, extractors, and the barrels themselves. And we found out, they just don't have the durability. Next, we use the CMMG Banshee 22s, but the interior, again, we started to wear those out. This is the Tippmann M4-22. They have 1 solid bolt. Now, it's all proprietary, So you can't switch this upper on a regular AR lower or anything like that. But it didn't matter. For us, that's what we needed. This dedicated rig works great. With the kids, we make sure we also train them well. Adjustable stocks are great for the small kids. We run the GSL Tomcat suppressors on them, and they have a quick attach. They were actually kind of designed around the M4 rifle, so it makes it a nice pair. Now going back to basics, the Ruger 1022, you just can't ignore it. Mainly we use it because iron sights, and we want the kids to have solid iron sight training, even though they'll really thrive on the red dot. Magnified optics are going to be a little more difficult though, because of the eye box. So with new shooters, while they'll enjoy the magnification, anyway, that could be a more advanced course for the younger, newer beginner shooters. However, we all need to use iron sights, and the Ruger 1022 is classic to do that. Yes, we will use extended magazines because the challenges we shoot will be a lot of high-speed stuff where it'll be real dynamic. With the Ruger 1022, a lot of times we use a bowling pin challenge, and we'll set up several bowling pins downrange, have a head-to-head challenge, have them rock and ready, and then a safety on, and then pop up and knock all their bowling pins down. This next one is actually just an honorable mention because we don't use this anymore, and it's a good reason to bring it up if you're training and teaching kids so you know why and what to look for. HK MP5 licensed, I think Umarex import marks on it. Man, it's solid. There is that. It looks cool. There's that. The triggers, meh. The cool part is it is like an MP5, so it's the same operations. The bad part was, one, cheek weld. Okay, the kids did not do well with this wire stock and being able to get in a good solid cheek weld on it. It is also not adjustable. It's in or out. And it does have the real MP5 style drum sights, which kids struggle with as well. Because when you use this properly, you're gonna put circle inside a circle and then put the post where you want it. And that was a hard concept for kids to do, so we kind of retired this and save it just for more advanced teen camps. This is the Henry 22, the Frontier threaded version. Just means that we can put a suppressor on it. I won't go into all the details because I have a full video of this. We do have Boyd stocks, and we had them cut down to a youth version because, especially with a lever gun, if it's too long, we're trying to teach kids how to run guns effectively, smoothly, and not even keep their head on targets, as cheek on stock, eyes through the sights the whole time they're firing. We want to see this. We don't want to see this pop up and see how you did. And we definitely don't want to see this. You fire, you bring it down here and mess around with it. So we try to train them like so. And you have to have a good size stock. If it's too long, a kid can't run it. The triggers are good. They're a very beefy gun. We have broken firing pin before. Henry stands behind their warranty. The cool thing is, with the extremely long, I believe it's a 24-inch barrel, we can use the smallest suppressors we have, the Bowers Biddy. On a long barrel like this with the extra volume, that's all you need. You just need a little bit of damper for the gas that escapes, and it holds the rest. So it's a great matchup for this. And with the lever gun, you need to have a speed reloader like this. Any kind of tubular magazine, it goes super fast, and especially when we're running that many kids at the range, this is absolutely necessary. Now this Bergara BMR22 is one of the newest additions. It is a micro, like Remington 700, carbon fiber barrel. We have the GSL Woodland suppressors on these, and these Blackhound optics, they're not expensive at all, and because it has a great ballistic reticle and then you have adjustable turrets right here, that makes it easy. What we do is we do a long range challenge, a long range for subsonic 22 with the kids. We have kids shooting out to 270 yards with this package, and a lot of parents are like scoffing when they first come to camp and hear that, like, you mean 270 feet? No, we mean 270 yards. Yes, you're talking 10 to 12 foot drop at that range with the subsonic 22. Okay, then we teach them how to drop, how to use the drop, how to use the ballistics, the compensating shooting reticle on the inside, and those kids are lobbing rounds in accurately. So that's pretty cool. Now, one of the last rimfire rifles we're going to go over is this Volquartsen I-Fluted, commonly known as the Top Shot rifle, because this is the same one I used on Top Shot to shoot a golf ball at 100 yards, and we were shooting Q-tips in half with them, shooting through the middle of CDs, and it found a special place in my heart. And so we have these where the kids will do duels on Firebird targets, so exploding targets downrange, which we also sell at marksmanship.com. It's technically a flare signaling device, but you can compare it to the effect of a binary target without the legal ramifications or safety ramifications, because they come like this. You just peel them and stick them and shoot them, and they'll thump your chest at about 50 yards. The only thing Ruger 1022 about them, though, is the magazine. Otherwise, Volquartsen is a class of its own. It's like if the 1022 was a Volkswagen Beetle, this is your Ferrari right here. And instead of just stamped trash pop metal, it's solid stainless billet, CNC machined. Your pick rail is part of the receiver. The barrel is threaded in, not just held in by tension of an Allen screw. We use the Bauer's Paradigm suppressors on here and Boyd's custom stocks, because while Volquartsen stocks are very nice and very comfortable, they're custom for a right or lefty. At camp, we have to accommodate both left and right-handed shooters. And we top them off with a Miopta 3x9s and with a parallax at 50 yards, because that's where we'll do most of our precision work with the kids. So we do handguns starting at the teen marksman camp for ages 14 and up. We don't do handguns with children. We use the Cimarron Puma for a 6-shooter to get them started, because when we start with handguns, we want something slower, and this fits the bill. Would I recommend this gun? No. Not happy with the quality. They were cheap, and they are harder to shoot. You're limited with what your sights can do, and I felt a lot of lead blowing out of the cylinder gap at times. But once the teens are safe on handguns, we bring out another Ferrari, and this is the Volquartsen Scorpion. So based off of a Ruger Mark IV, 2245, this is the full quality version where you have an aluminum billet lower and nice steel upper. And this, I believe, is the rugged, nope, that's the Griffin Checkmate HD with a quick connect. And you have that plunger, and that plunger makes the gun really easy to run, and it's just one smooth shooter as well. Now, part of the teen camp was we let them run a 3-gun stage. We'll use the Tippmann M4, the Volquartsen Scorpion, and my Benelli M2 that was fixed by TTI. So Terran Tactical made it work as a 3-gun rig. And we won't really go through much of the loading with the teenagers, but they'll get to really do some blasting with it, and we keep it going in a safe manner and heat this joker up. Now, this is going in order of events actually now, because one of the last things they get to do at camp is shoot a cannon. We'll let them shoot several rounds out of this. This was custom Cerakoted by Weapon Works. It will shoot loaded sodas out to 100 yards. And when you get this down, it's really decently accurate, and I have shot real M203s with the chalk rounds. This is more fun because it has a little more recoil. It uses a blank, a 223 blank. Now, when there is too much recoil for the younger ones, we have the golf ball adapters that you put inside, and then you can shoot a golf ball without any recoil at all. While we focus on safety and marksmanship, we also want everything to be super fun. And this Tippmann Ordnance Gatling gun is super fun. So we'll load up a belt. Yes, it is 22, and just let the kids rip a whole belt off, just having fun with this thing. There's not much else to be said. If you want to see me shoot down a tree, though, you can go check out the video. This is the Barret M99 50 BMG. And yes, we let the kids shoot a 50 cal. There's a secret though. We also shoot suppressed with this Mojave suppressor by Innovative Arms. And the cool thing is, Detroit Ammo makes a 50 BMG round that is subsonic. This is the Hornady AMAX even. So 750 grain subsonic is still awesome. And now we can let a 9-year-old safely shoot a 50 BMG, something I didn't get to do till I was 30 years old. Let them have that souvenir brass, blow up a Firebird or something, and have fun with a 50 cal. No, they don't get to freehand it though. That's, that's pretty hefty. So what do you think? Are we missing any guns for our Marksman Camp program? Leave a comment down below. Do you just want to bring your kids to Marksman Camp? There's an opportunity this October 12th through 13th, still has some spaces. If you're looking for a teen camp, we'll be running those come spring. If you're an adult that just is kid-like and would like to shoot all this stuff too, cool. We will book you a private group if you have 12 shooters. Either way, you can head over to marksmancamp.com for more information, and I hope to see you then. Okay, I love you, bye-bye.